Welcome back everyone to Golden Boost Review. Today's video is a compilation of my experience with almost every model in 2024. This is just my personal opinion, so if you have different experience, don't hesitate to share. First of all, let's talk about Nike. In both Pro and Academy tier, the model I like best is the Tempo Legend 10. The Pro deserves to be in the top rated football boots of the year, last year and this year too. What I like about them is that they have a very tight and snug toe box. People with wider feet than me will have difficulty breaking in, but for my feet I feel fine. The upper has good friction, waxy-like feeling, not only but many people also appreciate the ball feeling of these. Besides, the running feeling is very good. Although the outsole of the Tempo 10 is not thicker than the other two lines, I always feel the superiority of running feeling of this outsole. The Phantom GX2 Pro's upper is a thin, stretchy textile material. Although the surface has a bit rigid at first, it can stretch and soften quickly. But this model has two big minus points that for me, I find it hard to like. First is the shoe form. It stretches too quickly. I have wide feet and this model is even wider. Second is the outsole at the forefoot is too thin and soft. No responsiveness at all. When running a lot, I feel hurt at my big toe joint. The Vapor 16 Pro is a model I really like. As mentioned in the previous video, it is really the best Vapor Pro Turf model ever. The textile material is very good, more elastic and hugs the foot than the GX2 Pro. I don't like this model as much as the Tempo because the feeling of running on the outsole is not as good. And now it's a bit different from the past. The Phantom GX2 and the Mercurial Vapor 16 Pro are two models for wide feet. I have heard many people with narrow feet say that they can play well with the Tempo Legend 10 Pro. In the Academy version, the Tempo Legend 10 Academy is the model for wide feet, while the Vapor 16 and the Phantom GX2 are for medium to narrow feet. I can break in all of them, but the Tempo is the easiest, while the Vapor and the GX2 are really hard. I feel that the Tempo's upper is the softest of these, especially the emerald colorway. They are even softer than all other colorways. Let me tell you a little secret, these are the best second takedown model of the year. While the upper of the other two model is a bit firm, the Vapor takes longer to break in than the GX2. Talk about Mizuno, I will compare the models with L-shaped outsole because there are too many of them in the market today. Among the popular models, I like the Morelia Neo 4 Pro the most. The Neo 3 Pro has a very similar upper and form, but the collar does not hug my ankle tightly. The rubber bits get into the shoe, so I do not like that. And at the same time, this heel also quite easy to cut blisters. The Neo 4 Pro with the new heel structure, there will be no more situation like in the Neo 3. Another model that is appeared a lot recently is the Morelia Sala Elite. This Elite tier is more advanced than the Pro with a higher quality leather material that is softer. So why do I not like it as much as the Neo 4? The answer is the outsole area at the forefoot. It is a bit raised. I feel a bit awkward when passing and shooting. It takes time to get used to it, but overall I still prefer the experience of the Neo 4 Pro. And at the present, the Neo 4 Pro in particular and Mizuno in general have used a new outsole. Thicker and softer midsole, more grip to the feel and durable than the L-shaped outsole. You should try it. So what about the Alpha series? You often ask me how they compare with the Neo 3 and Neo 4 Pro. I can only answer that it depends on personal preference. Do you prefer the feel of natural leather or the PU coated textile? They both give a barefoot feel but in a different ways. But there is one thing I don't like about the Alpha line, both Pro and Elite, that is the shoe form. It stretches a lot. I must change to the thicker pair of insole to feel better. That's not happened to the Neo 3 and 4. So is there much difference between the Alpha Pro and Elite uppers? I find the Elite upper is a bit thicker and more padded underneath, but when touching the ball, the difference is not that much. Talk about Adidas, many of you will agree with me that there is a top shoe lines of Adidas that is more popular and easier to use than the other two. That is the F50. I don't know, maybe in your country, many of you like the hard and heavy outsole of the Copper and Predator, but in Vietnam, we like the soft and light outsole. What F50 brings is exactly like that, and the model with the softest outsole to the upper of Adidas this year is the F50 Lick Messi version. The upper is just a takedown version of hybrid short, but it is really outstanding. I really like it. The other F50 leg versions are not as padded, but the upper is also soft. The Pro is more sturdy and plasticky, but that's what I really like because it gives a very raw barefoot feeling. Besides, there's a lot of responsiveness. Well, the best speed boots of 2024 if you ask. In this year, I have to say that the curiosity and talk of you guys about Puma has decreased significantly. People experience Puma football boots in Vietnam because it is on big sale, but I rarely heard people talking about the good things about technology or the comfort on feet from the new material. The Future 7, I find it quite similar to the previous generation, although the upper is softer, but actually the shoe collar, midsole and outsole are the same. The power tape on the instep is useless, so only the softer upper is the highlight. Besides, that boxy toe box is still there, so people don't want to experience that. About the Ultra, it is complete contrast between the previous generation and the Ultra 5. One model is too narrow, the other is too wide. This year I have to say that the Ultra 5 Pro Gauge has all the elements to become my top shoe of the year, but sadly the foam is too wide and the outsole is too soft, so I cannot rate this as the best. Hopefully from the next colorway of 2025, the brand will make it a bit narrower. So I have reviewed quickly the models from big brands. If you see any model I missed or any model you want me to compare, please comment. I will reply as soon as I can. Don't forget, if you have different experience from me, please comment so that others can have a more multi-dimensional perspective. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.